How are you doing? So in last couple of videos, what we saw about is like what are all the cloud infrastructure services, and what are all the cloud platform services, and what are all the cloud software services. So simply they are called as infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, right? So these are all basic as a service components in cloud. Okay, so each category has its own sub components like virtual machine, storage, API connect, and database, everything. Okay, so in this video we are trying to build a simple cloud architecture. Okay, so I will give you a simple scenario where one of our startup companies, they wanted to build a simple cloud architecture to serve their customers. Okay, the requirement is to serve the customer a static web page, or if the customer is doing some kind of transaction, it has to receive the request from the customer and process the request and put that request in the database, and if there is any response related to the request, pull the request from the database and process the response and send it back to the client. Okay, so this is the simple requirement from a startup company. Okay, so what all we can do, we can lay out this requirement in simple cloud architecture. Okay, so if you look at this client machines, so this is outside the cloud, and it may be your cell phone, or it may be your laptop, or it may be your any device where you can send request to the system. Okay, or iPad or notebook, whatever it may be. So once the customer sends the request may go and check the content delivery network, and if there is already a request sent, and if it is available in the content delivery network as a cached one, and get the response back to the customer quickly. So this way it will not go through the regular path to reach the virtual machine where your application is running and process the request and pull from the database every time. Okay, it's costlier. That means it's time consuming, it will use multiple resources, and you will end up paying more. That's why we have this content delivery network where it will cache the response for any request sent by the customer. Okay, and also it will talk to the cloud storage to pull the static content page. Okay, suppose if the customer is sending the request first time, it will go to this route, because when it goes and checks the content delivery network for cached the web pages or cached response, it will not be available, right? So then it will go to the API connect and pass that request to your virtual machine where your application is running, and then the application will receive the request and process it, and pull the corresponding data from the database and pass it to the customer. So while passing to the customer, since this request was already raised by the customer, it will store the cached response on the content delivery network. Okay, so let's say like the same customer is coming with the same request the next time. What it will do, it will go and check in the content delivery network. Okay, for this particular request the response is already available, and it will get the response quickly to the customer. Okay, that is the purpose of this content delivery network. Okay, so assume that this architecture is suitable for one startup company where they want to serve the customer as simple static web pages, and also like if it is a new request, and they will process it and send the response back. So this architecture will work fine, very well, but there are some gaps. Okay, we will see those gaps in the next video. But if you feel like this architecture can still be improved, you can share your thoughts in the comment. Okay, if you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Take care. Bye.